Weekly Digest, a government information agency program that keeps you informed on what the administration has been doing that will create a better environment for citizens. I encourage you to stay tuned. In this week's presentation for the period February 21 to 27, 2015, Guyana's capacity to hold international swimming events boosted, IDB expresses confidence in Guyana, Bai Shanlin signs agreement with Huru, and the water sector development significantly advanced. The warm-up pool at the National Aquatics Center at Liliendal has been commissioned to work in tandem with the Olympic-sized pool and enhance Guyana's capacity to hold international swimming events.
The commissioning of the warm-up pool at the National Aquatic Center Liliendal has brought Guyana much closer to hosting international swimming events. The prefabricated 25 by 21 meter pool cost $258,000. This was outside the base and other ancillary works done by a local contractor. The preliminary works cost $37.5 million and were executed by DNF Construction Company and supervised by Innovative Engineering Consultancy Services, IECS.
And as we promised, we said we are going to be doing this 25-meter warm-up pool. And here it is before you, a beautiful pool completed and another dream fulfilled for all of us.
The new pool will work in tandem with the Olympic-sized 50-meter pool at the facility and will allow athletes to train for their upcoming events. Government commenced building the first 50-meter pool in Guyana, recognizing the constraints placed on athletes due to the lack of such an infrastructure. Prior to the construction of the 50-meter pool, which is of international standard, athletes were seriously disadvantaged. Pool size in Guyana is normally of 25 meters, which always created difficulties for the athletes who went out to international competitions, as all of them utilized a 50-meter pool.
We're very pleased with the facility that we have, and we are going to put a new structure in place, because we have studied how we want this pool to operate, and we have come up with a new organizational structure. And very shortly, we will put that organization structure in place.
This warm-up facility for athletes in competition was done on account of the fact that swimmers must have their muscles warmed up before they go into competition, as this eliminates the risk of injuries. Both pools were constructed by Merthyr Pool Incorporated, a company recommended by the International Swimming Federation. This company is known to provide pools at all major swimming events in the world.
Finance Minister Dr. Ashley Singh says another loan agreement with the Inter-American Development Bank is testimony of the bank's confidence in the PPPC administration's commitment to responsible management.
The government of Guyana and the IDB have signed a loan agreement totaling US $32.16 million for the strengthening of the environment sector and the Citizen Security Strengthening Program. This agreement was signed at the 4th IDB Caribbean Governors Regional Meeting, which was held in Freeport, the Bahamas, recently. This is the second loan operation in the environment sector program that was approved by the IDB in 2013. Approval was made possible since Guyana was able to achieve all of the policy reform agreed in 2013, as well as the maintenance of an appropriate microeconomic policy framework. The program will support the consolidation of Guyana's low-carbon development strategy and the reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation. The IDB financing for this second phase is made up of a loan of US $17.16 million. The loan comes 50% from the IDB's original capital with a 30-year maturity and a 6-year grace period, and 50% from the IDB's Fund for Special Operations with a single payment upon a 40-year gratuity with a fixed interest rate. Meanwhile, this new citizen security program, funded through a $15 million loan, was approved by the Board of Directors on December 10, 2014.
Government's thrust to improve the quality of life for Guyanese through the provision of safe water has seen results. Numerous wells and water treatment plants have been and continue to be built across the country.
More than $20 billion has been invested in the water sector over the past 15 years, representing a per capita investment of nearly $30,000 per household. A massive infrastructural transformation in virtually every community across the country has resulted. On the coast, with an increase in water coverage from less than 70 to 95% and meter coverage from 25 to 50%, with a total of 25,000 pensioners benefiting from subsidized water service. Access to potable or treated water has increased significantly, with persons now accessing this quality of service for the first time.
Nice clear water, quite different.
So you think the water treatment plant was a good idea?
Yeah, a very good idea.
Why?
Because you didn't used to get the quality as you get now. Right? This time you used to go fetch water from the well. Now we're getting it full upstairs.
Well, as I tell you, you're getting more water pressure, you're getting a better taste of water, and better quality water you could use to cook, drink, and everything.
In 2014, over $2.5 billion was allocated to the sector. This money is to be spent on the drilling, construction, and completion of wells in Cotton Tree, Hope, Monrepos, Parandam, and Sophia, the construction of water clarifier and filter at Bartica and Eccles, the upgrade of service connections in East Berbice and Linden, and the installation of transmission and distribution mains in areas such as Virgin Eugen, Victoria, Crabwood Creek, Angoys Avenue, and Bartica. Further, the 2 water treatment plants at Wisrock and Amelia's Ward will be completed, benefiting more than 30,000 residents in Region 10. Additionally, water supply improvement works will be done in hinterland communities in areas such as Waikaburi, Santa Rosa, Arau, Taruka, Kanapang, Kator, Aishalton, and St. Ignatius, benefiting approximately 20,000 residents.
A move to ensure the sustainability of the $1 billion Clean Up My Country initiative and to aid garbage collection and disposal should see neighborhood democratic councils and municipalities across the country benefiting from the provision of vehicles and/or bins.
Distribution of the 65 HSP double-wheel drive tractors, the 12 Bison hydraulic lift trailers, and 45-gallon bins have already commenced. The Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development has handed over the vehicles and bins to several NDCs in Regions 3, 4, and 5.
Recently, the Minister was here where, through the auspices of the Ministry of Local Government, we were able to receive some brush cutters and other pieces of equipment for the use in the NDCs as we strive to enhance the lives of the residents within the NDCs. This exercise today, we are very much grateful again for, whereby these pieces of equipment, tractors, trailers, and bins would again be used and again be presented by the Minister on behalf of the Ministry.
The vehicles and bins were procured under the Clean Up My Country program, the nationwide initiative that targeted the enhancement of drains and sluices and the removal of tons of refuse from communities.
Sustaining the project. We determined that we could not and would not go back to government, go back to Dr. Ashley Singh to ask him to give you another $1 billion. We couldn't do that. And therefore, we, the beneficiaries, including the statutory local authorities, municipalities, NDCs, had to take on that responsibility. And so the next question was, how do we empower them? How do we help them to build that kind of capacity that they can help to maintain this project?
The tractors were procured at $4.43 million each, the trailer at $1.25 million each, and the bins at $4,500 each.
3 tractors on the East Bank represents half of the NDCs. And overall, we in Region 4 should be getting about 17.77% of the allocation approved by the ministry, which tells us that we're getting more than the other regions. So that is one of the fortunate events. Also added to the tractor, we are also going to be receiving 25 drums per house, per NDC. Now it's not intended, I think, to give every house a bin. It is a startup that we'll want the NDCs to follow.
A total of 45 tractors and trailers and 2,000 bins is expected to be distributed. Efforts to ensure the sustainability of the Clean Up My Country initiative have also seen the provision of 2 brush cutters to every NDC to maintain public spaces.
More of the Weekly Digest after the break.
The Amalia Falls Hydropower project is essential for a vibrant manufacturing sector. Under the flagship of the LCDS, Norway has transferred earnings from its partnership with Guyana, amounting to some $80 million to the Inter-American Development Bank to fund a part of Guyana's equity share in the project. High amongst the priorities will be ensuring the achievement of more affordable and more reliable energy. Government will deliver the Amalia Falls Hydropower project along with all of its attendant benefits. It is expected that there will be an achievement of financial closure and commencement of the construction of this project during 2015. A message from the Government Information Agency. Ghana's crime-fighting capacity has been boosted tremendously. A state-of-the-art forensic laboratory, the formation of the country's first-ever special weapons and tactical SWAT unit, and institutional strengthening are some aspects of the sector's reforms. Capacity building has played an important role as ranks have received training both locally and overseas to effectively deal with various aspects of crime solving. A message from the Government Information Agency. The Community Development Initiative Plan, CDP, under the Amerindian Development Fund is a project introduced by the PPPC administration to secure livelihood for the Amerindian villages and hinterland communities. Already 25 communities have received $125 million to embark on agriculture, mining and tourism projects, among several others. Additionally, 161 communities are to benefit in the second phase, which will see $1.3 billion being disbursed. A message from the Government Information Agency.
Education is a fundamental building block for human development. 22 years ago, only 32% of our children had access to education. Today, education is accessible to every Guyanese child. Some 1,000 new schools have been built or refurbished throughout the country, and university education has expanded with a new campus in Berbice. The achievement of excellence in education is no longer confined to only students in Georgetown. Now, students from other regions are successfully topping the country and the Caribbean. These achievements and investments in education have brought positive recognition for Guyana and Guyanese everywhere. Our country has achieved the Millennium Development Goal of universal primary education. It is therefore not mere coincidence that education receives the largest allocation of the national budget. This is a demonstration of government's commitment to the development of students by preparing them for the future and helping their dreams become reality. Education, flying the flag of excellence as Guyana blooms.
To ease traffic congestion along the East Bank Highway, which is a critical thoroughfare for accessing the city, plans are afoot to construct a new bypass linkage from Eccles to Diamond. Additionally, the feasibility study for the East Coast East Bank Bypass Road has been completed and government will be examining how to advance this huge project.
You're with the Weekly Digest. Sport infrastructure in Guyana has been tremendously boosted as huge sums of money have been spent to improve the talents of local athletes. The synthetic athletic track at Leonora in Region 3 is one major project that will enhance Guyana's image.
The state-of-the-art National Synthetic Track, which also has a football field in its center, has already been certified by the International Association of Athletics Federation as a Class II sporting facility. It is intended to help Guyanese athletes renew sport and athletics and boost Guyana's capacity to host international sport activities. The over $5 million National Athletic Track is expected to pave the way for international events to be staged at Leonora, thereby giving the country another world-class venue to host matches, which have the added benefit of boosting tourism, a fast-rising phenomenon in Guyana. Already, the track has been graced with the presence of U.S. track star Christy Caslin, and before Caslin's visit, the track was to host Jamaica's athlete Grace Jackson.
This is a very, very positive move on the government side to be able to build a facility like this. Obviously, coming from Jamaica, a big track country, and the rest of the Caribbean, I've been talking about the shift and the fact that Guyana needs to get with it, and I think this is really clear testament that if you are preparing, if you are putting on a facility, that means you have a particular intention. That means the vision is coming into being as you go along. If you have a facility and have an opportunity for others outside to come in to support what you are now trying to do, which is create a sort of structure that's going to engage more young people in participating. And competition drives the sort of excitement for young people to do better in what they do. So this is a great, great investment.
A facility like this could really change your lives, and you should really take advantage of it. A lot of places don't have these type of things and don't have these type of resources. So you all make sure that you come out and you support other athletes, support your friends, support your family members, and just show out and have a good time.
Following its commissioning, the athletic track will add to a growing list of investment initiatives in sports in Guyana. Guyana's top track stars will benefit from the opening of the state-of-the-art National Synthetic Athletic Track at Leonora in Region 3 in March 2015.
Government has over the years focused on ways to further develop the lives of the poor, vulnerable and disadvantaged members of society, primarily the homeless, thereby providing a sense of hope and belonging.
People who are homeless are most often unable to acquire and maintain regular, safe, secure and adequate accommodation, or lack of fixed nighttime residence. As a result, the government of Guyana has sought to develop the infrastructure to ensure that this vulnerable group has a chance of an improved life. Over the years, the night shelter located at East La Penitence has been facilitating hundreds of street dwellers, providing them with daily services of accommodation, meals, and medical attention.
I find here very nice. I had to do work. If I see work, I don't wait. Tell me to do work, I do it, right? But when I feel good, they can't get me to do it because I got deep diabetes and I just fall down. You know, when the sugar high or the pressure high, I just fall down. So when I feel good, you can't get me to do nothing. But as long as I'm all right, I just get up and do it. I don't wait for nobody to tell me. So I thank Mr. Tilku for accepting me, and he take good care of all of us in here.
The construction of the Hugo Chavez Center for Rehabilitation and Reintegration at Unfawak Region 5, which is aimed at transforming the lives of its occupants through training and counseling, saw 30 persons, 25 males and 5 females benefiting from agriculture and aquaculture activities in 2014.
I spent a little while at the shelter, and after finding out about this place here, I chose to give it a shot and come and see through Miss Gail. You know, and I came, and when I reached the place, because people tell me all kinds of things about the place before I see the place. And you have to come and see for yourself. You can't really listen to what people say. You know, this is about you. It's your choice, you know. It's a wonderful place, as you could see, run under great management and administrator, Ms. Suban. You know, she reached out to each and every client in the place. You know, she saw about any little problems you have. She talked to you, you know, individually, together, you know. And you can't ask for better, you know, administrator than that. She flex, you know. She makes sure your meals is right, you know, and everything. She runs the kitchen. She's all over the compound. She's busy, you know. She ain't got to go to no gym for lose weight. She runs around the compound, and, you know, she makes sure everything is in place. You know, as you can see, it's wonderful, it's clean, it's tidy. You know, we have a little garden going on. You know, everybody's getting involved. We keep the place clean.
Yeah, everything nice and thing, man. Clean place, tile, everybody got home bed. The treat you good and thing, though.
The center, which was commissioned in 2013 at the cost of just over $494 million, has thus far recruited 23 staff members who are manning the facility.
The Huru Village Council of Region 10 has signed a lease agreement with Bai Shanlin Forest Development Incorporated for 24.7 acres of land that will see the company constructing a wharf, a log pond, and building 2.5 miles of road.
The village Tushao, Winsbert Benjamin, signed a memorandum of understanding with General Manager of Bai Shanling, Hang Zhenjun, for a 15-year lease that will see the village benefiting from $5,000 per acre. The MOU was signed in the presence of Amerindian Affairs Minister Pauline Sukai and members of Bai Shanling, along with members of the Village Council of Huru and the Ministry of Natural Resources and the Environment.
We have worked hard together for the past 2 years, and I thank them so much to cooperate with us. And again, we have another study here. The last one was with Usal, and I was very happy too that the Ministry of Affairs, they cooperated with us hand in hand. We work hard, and so we get that one come true on this one again. So I'm very happy to be here once more. Bai Shanling and us have a good relationship for the past 3 years. But then we reached to the point here that we have to sign an agreement so that we could work more hand in hand together.
The company's general manager, Zhen Jung, expressed appreciation for the cooperation among the stakeholder entities and the village and pledged to stick to the terms of the MOU so as to move forward. The company has pledged to construct a 2.5 miles of roadway for the village costing $12 million and will also sign on to be a good corporate citizen that will support the village. It will also establish a sport facility based on the needs of the youths in the area. There will be no log harvesting on the 24.7 acres of land, and monitoring will be done by the village council, with the ministry having oversight to ensure that the lease agreement is held in honor.
International businesses have once again demonstrated their confidence in Guyana's economy. Popeyes is the latest company to invest, having opened a US $1 million branch in Georgetown.
The Guyana Restaurant Inc., a franchise holder of Popeyes in Guyana, recently commissioned its third branch of operation in the vicinity of the Stabroek Market, Georgetown. This US $1 million investment adds to the transformation of the iconic Stabroek Market.
I must confess that I hadn't visited this corner of Water Street for a while now, and I couldn't help, as I approached the building, reflect on how much the city has changed and how much it has been transformed. In fact, like I said at the opening of the last Popeye store, we have the privilege of witnessing every day, sometimes unconsciously, a transformation that is unfolding before our very eyes. Today, for example, we are sitting in an ultra-modern, state-of-the-art fast food establishment, one that looks like any Popeyes restaurant or indeed any modern fast food restaurant anywhere in the world, juxtaposed physically with one of the oldest and most traditional edifices in Guyana, the iconic Stabroek Market.
The establishment of a third branch was based on the demands for Popeyes products, especially since there is an increase in business being established in the Stabroek Market area. It will create jobs for 36 persons, adding to the 72 already employed at the Camp Street and Vizindran Road locations.
It is our intention to open other Popeye stores in other parts of the country, and we are currently looking for suitable locations. With this in mind, we look forward to your continued support from our valued customers. I would like to thank all those who have contributed to the completion of this project. I am confident that your future chicken and seafood needs will be adequately met by Popeyes in terms of quality, price, and service.
During the latter part of 2014, Popeyes opened a $700 million outlet on Camp Street.
During Cabinet's statutory meeting at the Office of the President on February 24, several issues of national concern were discussed. The media was subsequently briefed on Cabinet's deliberations.
At its February 24th statutory meeting, Cabinet reflected on the celebratory mood displayed as Guyanese marked the nation's 45th Republican anniversary.
Cabinet commended the public sector entities, and particularly for their participation, and particularly the participants who made a grand show of public service, camaraderie, and togetherness as the event unfolded.
The Cabinet Secretary said the distribution and installation of an additional 6,065-watt photovoltaic systems in households situated in selected off-grid hinterland and coastal riverine communities will begin in the near future.
This additional 6,000 to be distributed and installed does reflect those areas where the earlier initiative had not touched. These are the unserved areas in the hinterland. And looking at projections from GPL, these riverine coastal areas that are likely to remain off-grid for quite some time to come, notwithstanding GPL's increased generation and GPL's transmission and distribution initiatives over the recent years.
Dr. Roger Luncheon added that the installations will be done by hinterland residents who have been trained to undertake same. The $166 million project funded by government intends to provide a basic solar-powered system to all homes in Amerindian communities. A similar program is being considered for newer housing areas.
Minister Irfan Ali did indicate that in the wave of the expansion of the housing drive, that co-installed with the GPL connectivity will also be, in selected circumstances, the solar panel and the solar house systems. Minister Ali made that observation at the cabinet meeting yesterday when we were discussing the distribution and the installation.
And with those features, we have come to the end of this edition of Weekly Digest. But before we go, here's a repeat of the highlights. Guyana's capacity to hold international swimming events boosted. IDB expresses confidence in Guyana. Baishanlin signs agreement with Huru, and water sector development significantly advanced. Please note that Weekly Digest and other government information can be found on our website www.gina.gov.gy, or you can send us your comments and suggestions at ginagovgy@gmail.com. You can also read our newspaper, The Guyanese, online at www.theguyanese.gy. Join us again next week as we highlight more of the government's programs and policies that are aimed at enhancing the lives of citizens. I am Shanta Goberdan. Do have a safe week ahead. Goodbye.